Well, I just told the team, when you get into tournament play, you got to get to the free throw line, and the only way you're going to get to the free throw line if the ball's in the paint. So whether it's paint touches for our post players or kind of like what we call our out motion, but you got to get touches in the paint. So I thought we did an okay job today of getting those touches. We did get to the line, I think, 22 times, and we needed that. We were struggling to score within the offense, so getting to the free throw line really helped us a little bit.
Talk about Jocelyn a little bit. Career high, I believe, 25 points. On a night where her fellow all ACC freshman was not there, she really picked up the slack. Talk about her a little bit.
At times we talked about in postseason, sometimes you're just going to have to put a team on your back and go. And down the stretch, I felt Joss did a really good job of that. Typically, we have a lot more balance on our team with scoring, but on any given night, somebody's asked me before, who's going to take up the slack? And on any given night, it can be anybody. And Joss has done it many a times for us tonight. And I thought she just really was determined to get to that free throw line, get to the rim. She had a couple of three-point plays, so she's just grown and grown and grown. And we needed her tonight. She really stepped up.
How important is a tournament like this for such a young team like you have?
Yeah. The more games you can get in postseason, the better. Like you said, especially for such a young team. But we just want to keep playing. That we have one senior, they love her to death, and they love playing together. So the more we can play and the further we can go, the better. Not only to send our senior out on a good note, but for our underclassmen to get this much experience.
With the NCAA tournament, with all due respect to the other teams, Harry Peretta, the Villanova coach, once said that it's the UConn Invitational.
Yeah.
Everyone else asks why are we here.
Yeah.
With the NIT, is there a level of excitement knowing that really any team can go out there and win on any given night?
Yeah, I mean it's we were quite disappointed being the first team out for the second time in the last couple of years, so that really hurt. So it took it a minute to kind of get them back up and excited about playing in the NIT. But I think in that 24-hour period, what we realized is we've just had a really resilient team all year long, like all year. And so after they got over that hurt, it was like, okay, we can still play. Like sometimes it's life isn't fair, and sometimes it's like control the controllables. And the only thing we had the opportunity to is play in the NIT. So they just kind of rallied around Bree, rallied around playing with each other, and that was it.
4 girls, 30 or more minutes tonight. 3 of them, 35 or more minutes. Obviously, had to pick up the slack with Dominique out.
Yeah.
Talk about that effort.
Yeah.
They looked like a little gassed at the end, but they were able to pull away.
Yeah.
You got to be proud of that.
Yeah, we were. It's hard to go on the road in postseason,
Right.
And be on the road and play on somebody else's home court. Cindy does a great job with their team. They're known for being a really scrappy, aggressive team. They were +4 on the boards. I think they really did a really nice job. And like you said, we just had to gut it out down the stretch. Usually we have a better rotation. Our rotation got shortened tonight with Dom being out. And even just some of the play, like we just didn't have, we would have played more people if there was a better rhythm to the game. So we ended up playing with a shorter bench than what I would have liked tonight. But again, having Dom back and being back in Virginia, and hopefully we just get a little bit more of a rhythm going.
I wouldn't say that I felt the pressure of it. I think that overall we've been a pretty balanced team throughout the season. And I just took what the defense gave me, and that worked out for me. So I ended up stepping up, but I don't feel like there was pressure tied to that.
You attacked the rim extremely well. You're a guard and you were scoring in the paint at will. Talk about that dribble drive motion offense that you guys had, and how you were able to get into the paint and attack.
I think it's just recognizing what other defenses struggle to guard. So in this instance in the game today, they struggled to guard the handoffs or drives to the paint, and just taking advantage of that and just trying to finish. We could have done a little bit better in that category, but overall I think we did a pretty good job getting to the paint at will and doing what we needed to do.
As a freshman, sometimes there's a tendency to defer to upperclassmen, but this is a really young team. The score's tied at 53 with like a minute and change left, and you really took over the game. Tell me a little bit about that.
I think it's just a matter of having confidence to know that the coaches and players have confidence in me, and I have confidence in them as well. So it's doing what is needed of me at that moment. And if I were to drive and I was cut off, then I will obviously have to kick it out. But just playing within the motion of the offense and taking what the defense gives me.